Go, 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 shawty. It's your birthday. We gon' sip like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give Mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill it, I'm in the habit. I ain't in to make it.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Two teams that have met at least twice a year since 1932. The Lions and Packers underway from Lambeau. Escaping a tackler at the 25. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
They'll start on the ground with Wright. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
33, yellow. Ready.
Now Love. This pass complete to Melton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
On play action, Love to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Christian Watson, the man he was looking for. Third down here.
There defensively.
Ready.
They'll try and run for this with Wright. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
You have to figure with this offense on 2nd and inches, they're in ideal shape, but then they end up getting an incompletion, a run stuffed on 3rd and inches, and you look around and say, how did it become 4th down?
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at the 20. First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Another run for Gibbs here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here's Goff. Got his man. It's Dortch. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
In punt formation for the Lions.
Taking it about the 16. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 1.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And here comes Dortch on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Gain of 10 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
Goff now to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
At the 37-yard line.
Goff now looking to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And he returns this to the 22. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the bat on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That one behind his receiver and incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is. And
it'll be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
We go tonight. Right playing.
Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Let's go now. 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
That's a game of 8.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 red. 60 red. Ready.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going
Red,
for it.
38. Red, cycle. Black Ultra. Green Jack. Hut, hut.
Again, it's Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Here we go, set. Black, 95, set.
On first down, they'll start out with Wright. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Brought down by DJ Wanham.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Set, ready, shoot. Yell, Chuck 52, ready.
Out of his end zone, Love. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Love now. That's a screen pass. That's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Love. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
The final shot before break here. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they can't bring him down. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is a game, Charles, it's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trail by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Play action. It's gone. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
That's good. For the Lions, first down.
Off play action. Here's Goff. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And some room to work. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns. Yardage not where he would like it. Try something new. It worked there. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw is Goff. And his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Goff now looks to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the down. This will wind up incomplete.
Incomplete. Keyshawn Nixon on the coverage.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Bates' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. And let's get the ball back for us.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
15 yards. That's good for a Packers first down. 1st and 10.
To throw now. Here's Love. Over the middle here. It's hauled in by Watson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he maneuvers out the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. 2nd down and 6 now.
Now 2nd and 6.
Come on, set.
The 27-yard.
Here's Love. Now he's going to step up and run. And Love is going to slide down and pick up the first.
It's a gain of 8.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jalen Wright, an 18-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, they ran the toss, trusting he had the speed to get to the edge, and he did.
And there really wasn't any doubt about that because the scouting report told you that this guy could flat out run. When you give him a little bit of space and a chance to get there, he usually does.
At After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Well, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now gone. And got his man complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 79 yards. And the Lions are back within a score. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Down, ready?
Throwing. Love. That one caught downfield by Watson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Ready?
Love looking to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Wade. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
10 cycles.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to right.
Touchdown, Packers! Jalen Wright, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. McManus's point after is good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 33 yards that time.
And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Goff. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again is gone. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Here goes tonight. 20.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, 29 yards. And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And this one's incomplete.
Intended for Jalen Wright. Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 10.
Blue strikers. Here we go. Set. Set.
Love, they go play action now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Set. Hut. Yellow. Smash. Red.
Now Love. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll run on first down with Wright. Down to about the 45. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he stopped immediately there. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. A throw left side, it's hauled in by Golden. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Good for a Packers first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
45. Striker. 3-3. Set.
They'll work the middle here with Wright. Fight and throw. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jalen Wright with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Packers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And maybe a wrench thrown in the operation there. The snap wasn't great, and this kick is pulled. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Out of the gun, Goff. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Now Goff. And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Got his man, it's Williams. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. On the give, this is Wright. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Here we go.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that is incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
For the Packers field goal, a 46-yard attempt.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain an 11-point spread. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Going underneath, Gibbs has it. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Goff now looking to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got it at the 15. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory.
Well, they're not going to go quietly. That's a big play right there. 2 scores down. They're not out of this, but they've got to move.
Goff now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. That's caught, but he will not get in here. He's stepped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
All that rapping pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All the moves you
Ready?
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Here we go.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he goes diving to get as much as he can, following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end.
Blue, 32.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that from your playing days.
Well, I remember creeping up near the line of scrimmage on certain blitzes or certain coverages. Never jumped off sides, though.
Not once?
Not once. I wish I had a few times. It would have stopped some of those plays I got toasted up on.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here.